In this video, you're going to learn about side lengths, perimeters, and area of similar polygons. So we need to use the information below to find the length of BC in figure 1 and the area of figure 2. So it's important to note when you're trying to use this, you're going to use ratios and proportions. And so you know what's going on. S is the scale factor. So when I talk about S, I mean scale factor. When you put together the ratio of the sides, that is just the scale factor itself. The ratio of perimeters is scale factor itself, and the ratio of area would be the scale factor squared. And so this is pretty simple for me to remember, because I think about if I label a side length or if I label the perimeter, I would just label it in centimeters, just the plain unit. And with area, I'm going to label it in units squared. And so that squared there, that's how I remember what goes with what. Okay, so I'm looking at this diagram here, and I'm noticing that we have the perimeters here. Those are the numbers that we have to work with right now. So what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use the perimeters, because the ratio of the perimeters is the scale factor. Okay, so perimeters, scale factor, same thing. Ratio of perimeters is the same as the scale factor. So I'm going left to right, 25 to 35. And I'm going to reduce that. Okay, so 25 over 35, and it'll be 5/7. Yep. So the scale factor here is 5/7. Okay, and that's something we're going to be using because I want to look for BC in comparison to DE. So I know I'm going to call it, let's go BC compared to DE, which is 7. So I'm comparing BC with 7. And that's going to be proportional, our scale factor. We can set it equal like this. So when we solve this, a lot of people use the word cross multiply, and that's not a great strategy. What you're essentially doing is you're multiplying by the denominator, so times 7. That's going to be better, times 7. That cancels out because it's equal to 1. And so I know that BC, the length of BC, is 5 centimeters. So that was one thing we needed to find. We also needed to find the ratio of the areas. Okay, and I know that the ratio of areas is the sides, or the scale factor, squared. So if our scale factor is 5/7, that means we're going to square that. Okay, so our ratio of areas would be 25 over 49. That's the ratio of areas. This up here, this is the ratio of sides and perimeters. And this is the ratio of areas. So we have an area in figure 1, 125, and then x, so we'll call the other one. So 125 is the one on the left, and x is one on the right. And I'm going to set up a proportion to solve 25 to 49. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 49 on both sides. So we got 49 times 125. So this would be 6,125 over x equals 25. Okay, we're going to take it times x on both sides. So 6,125 equals 25x. Divide by 25 on both sides. X equals 245. And so the area of the second figure would be 245 centimeters squared. So essentially what you really need to find, you need to find the scale factor, okay, and you need to find the ratio of areas. Those are the two main things we're going to be using. And you can set those ratios up in a proportion and solve. So we're going to try one more. Okay. So what do we have? That's the first thing we'll look at. What information do we have? Well, on this one we have the perimeter. I'm going to use the perimeter to find the scale factor. Okay. So I'm going to go left to right. Scale factor is going to be 18 over 21. So I'm going to reduce that. I want the fraction in the lowest terms possible. So 6/7 is my scale factor. okay? Which means that this S squared would be 36 over 49. That would be my ratio. So this is ratio perimeter. Oops. Ratio of sides and scale factor. And this guy right over here, this is the ratio, oops, of areas. All right, so let's use my scale factor to find the side lengths. I know that BC, we're looking for BC, that's what we want to know. And I know that DE equals 7. Okay, so BC compared to 7 is going to be our scale factor, 6 over 7. Okay, we're going to multiply by the denominator on both sides. So that leaves us with BC equal to 6. 6 centimeters, but all you're going to enter in the box is 6. And then we're going to use ratio of areas. And so the area of figure 1 was 72, and area of figure 2 is unknown. That's the x we're looking for. And I'm going to use my ratio of areas, 36 over 49. Okay, so I'm going to solve this proportion by multiplying by the denominator, times 49 on both sides. 49 times 72, 3,528 over x is 36. Okay, now I'm going to multiply by the denominator on this side. So we got 3,528 equals 36x. And then you just divide by 36 on both sides. So 98. So x on the ratio, with using the ratio of areas to solve 98, I think it's centimeters squared, but 98 would be what you type in for the area of figure 2. And so that's how you use sides, perimeters, and area of similar polygons and ratios to solve those problems. Thanks for watching.